Hey everyone. So today we're looking at onboarding best practices, and I want to specifically look at a mobile app here. One of my favorite apps is Spotify, something I use almost on a daily basis. And it's a consumer product, typically used on mobile apps, and they of course have web apps as well. We want to look at the Android version here and look at what that flow looks like for a new user. Someone who has heard about Spotify, they understand the value proposition, and now they want to start using it, right? So we have our account, we have our email, we have our password, we have our profile name, and now we jump into a product. So we, of course, it's music-based, so we get to, the first thing Spotify is asking us here is to choose artists that we like, right? One of the cool things Spotify does is it actually gives you recommendations, whether it's playlists, songs, what they call Spotify radio. But to do that, they have to know what kind of music you like. And before you play any songs, this is one of the ways, right? So the artists here are primarily popular artists, right? You can, of course, search if you want something specific. There's actually quite a bit of music in Spotify. In this case, I'm going to choose Drake. Right away, we get similar options to Drake, right? Maybe other rappers. Let's actually choose Post Malone. Same thing, right? Our screen changes to get similar artists to Post Malone. And let me choose Queen, a little bit older school right away, right? So that's pretty cool, right? So it's kind of try to gauge what artists we might like based on the options we select. We can, of course, do more than 3. Let's say we'll do Calvin Harris from the EDM world. And maybe some Ed Sheeran as well. Charlie Puth. Cool. So we have about 6 options here. So we'll click done. And now it's finding music for us. So let's give this a second, right? And we get thrown into the home screen. And right away, what's cool here is we start to see the power of Spotify by giving us mixes. So what they call playlists. So we have our daily mix. And we have one for Ed Sheeran, one for Drake, one for Calvin Harris. Here's the Queen mix. Let's actually click on that one. And when we can on that, then we get songs that Spotify has put together for us. And we can right away just click the song and start playing the song, right? So within a few minutes now we're playing music. And this is on the free account. So it's very cool. We can also explore a little bit what the player screen looks like, right? Typical music controls. We'll pause that. And we have a few other things here, right? We can, of course, search for songs, right? We can browse specific things, maybe specific genres. We can see we have a library here, so we get a chance to create a playlist. And then we have premium option, which is really the main upgrade that the Spotify is trying to give us here. So we get that in the free plan. We're going to get ad breaks at some point. We're going to get ad-free music. We can play any song, right? In the free, we can actually only play in shuffle. And number of skips, limitation here, offline listen, and a few other things, right? And we get some information here what premium looks like, maybe for family, for students, and so on. And that's really it, right? So this is the bulk of the onboarding. To remember here that what we care here in Spotify is playing music. So we went through the initial steps of creating a username and password. We chose artists we liked, and now we have playlists that we enjoy, right? That we can sort of play here. And based on that, we can then build other playlists and keep going through Spotify. So just by giving them a handful of artists, about 5 or 6, now we have 5 playlists that we can start listening to right away. And then from there, we can start to explore a few of the options, find other playlists, subscribe to them, play them, and so on. So very simple onboarding, very powerful, but it gets to the point right away. And we can find ourselves listening to a song within a few minutes of downloading the app and going through the initial sign-up process.